Okay. So for this case, so if it is let us say it's our latch, I would like to write the code program for that. So that I mean how I could do it. So any idea or any the diagram? Let us say first talk about the digital circuit, and then I will just write the code. What will be the circuit diagram for that? So that is one. I think you know this. Just I am drawing it. Okay. So that means what type of gate? Means you can take a XOR gate here, and maybe here is another XOR gate. Okay. And let us say this is Qn, and that is Qn bar. Let us say. Okay. So what I will do generally, what happens? So that there's two input here. So one is S, let us say, and this is let us say R. So what I have to do, that reset one. So I should connect from here. Okay, and the set one connect from this. Okay, so is it clear to you? I think you know this thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is the circuit diagram. But the thing is that how do I write code for this? Because you see, for this one, let us just discuss as per the diagram, the output. This let us say it R. Okay, so R is the input, and the other input, which is the output for the. If you take this is the chip number one, this is chip number two. So the output of this is actually required to give the present input or present output of Qn. Okay, so this is a kind of race condition, that which one will be fast and what output we should consider first. Okay, so that's why it will be a toggle state. Means sometimes it will be on, sometimes it will be off, like that. Okay, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, let us just I will start writing. Okay, and you please try to understand. So if you write VSDL code for this same VSDL code, I'm starting from the entity part. So library part you can write. Library is similar. Okay, so LIBRA library is similar. I'm starting from the entity part. Entity. Let us say SR. Okay, so SR is, and here what I will do, I will take the port first. What is the input and output? Let me just define. Then port S. S is what? S is the input. And what input is? Standard logic. Because it is simple one vector, so S. And what about R? R is also an input, right? So I can write this. Okay, now there are other input as well. Okay, so you can see this is Qn bar and this is Qn. So how do I write? Let us say if you can write like that, that Qn and Qn bar, what I have done. So maybe you can write this is, let us say Qn. Let us, if you take this is only Q. So Qn bar I am taking Q, and Qn just only Qn. So what I will do, let me just take it. Let us say Q. Qn that I have taken here, and that is not Qn. Let us say only Q. Okay, otherwise it will make a confusion. So Q, what I will write, it is very important. Q is what? Let me go to the diagram. That Q, sometimes this, if you consider this point, okay, and this is Qn. Now this Q is output. One can say, okay, sir, this is nothing but output. Okay, no problem. This is also output. Now see, it is output as well as it is input for the chip number one. So how do I define this kind of situation where I know that it is not only output, maybe there is a, from same pin there is another input. So how do I define in VHDL for this kind of situation? So always you remember when this type of situation arises in any kind of program, so you have to do like this, in out. Okay, that means from the same pin input is there as well as output is there. Okay, in out, and then standard logic. And QN. QN is what? Okay, so am I clear how to define port for this kind of situation where you have output as well as from the same output you need to give an input for processing other thing. Is that clear? Because this is what is important here. Now next is the in basically end. This is SR. Now, then the thing is that how do I define this the SR latch? Okay, so you that do one thing. Okay, always whenever you find this kind of situation when you have input output or this kind of instruction, before processing in out, you see you do not know what is Q. Okay, so this in out instruction means there is a input, there is output. That's okay. But whenever you use this kind of instruction, you always remember that you have to define this QN whatever it is by data flow model first, and then after that you can go for behavioral. So what is the programming style? Programming style is there is a two-way architecture here. One architecture to define the in-out thing. Okay, so architecture, and as I know that it is simply XOR gate, so I will do in this way the data flow model. Okay. So data flow model, so model do not have to write, so only data flow. So architecture data flow LOW of SR is okay. So architecture data flow of SR is, and this is what I am writing for only Q and QN. After that I will write for other thing because this is in out and I do not have any definition of in out. Okay, I know that Q is output as well as is input for other chip as well. So there is a need to define it properly. Now what is Q? Let me go to the diagram. What is Q? Q you can see it is Qn and S it is a bar. Okay, so what I will write, so what is Q and what is Qn? So let me write in opposite way. Let us say S. Okay, S nor Q. Okay, because Q if I take here, so S nor Q, and here R nor what I will write. So this is Qn. Okay, so R, this is R. I think I have written opposite thing. Q equal to R not Q nor Qn. R, what is that? Q. Q. Okay. So maybe you can change it as per diagram because it is just opposite. Let us do it. Let us just change it. So you take it as Q and it is a Qn. Okay. Because I have written oppositely. So this R and here it is Qn. Okay, so R nor Qn. Okay, R nor Qn, yes. And what is Qn? Qn equal to Q, then X nor S, I think. Yeah. So this is perfectly done as per the diagram. Okay, opposite also you can do, but as I have taken in this way, so let me write in this. Then what you have to do, end data flow. Okay, so what do you think, that the programming is over? No, programming is not over. This is required to basically specify that in out port. Okay, to specify in out how it actually functions. Okay, so to define that, basically you need to use one architecture, extra architecture, and definitely it is only gate, so therefore you can use only data flow module. Now I am going to use the main program, which is your the SR latch program. So architecture I will now do, because you can see sometimes it will be on, sometimes it will be off. So I need to definitely use the behavioral model. Okay, so architecture SR is. Okay, so always remember, whenever this type of thing is there, you have to use both data flow as well as behavioral. SR is. Now can you tell me what I have to write after that? Begin. And then next, anyone? Next, what I need to do?
So process
Process. Process of what thing? Here, what
S
data
and
I
R.
need to process? Yes, S and R. Because we do not know what is the value of S, what is the value of R. I do not know. Okay. So begin.
Sir, in data flow also you need to write begin. You didn't write that.
No, data flow. Why you see data flow only XOR gate. Only there is a XOR gate is there. Okay. So this thing I have to define. Only that.
So I'm talking about begin, sir. The word begin needs to be also there, right? In architecture.
Okay. That I forgot. Sorry, sorry. Definitely begin is there. Okay.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I am ending the data flow means there has to be some begin. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, similarly begin and then process. Process what I will write. So SR. And remember the syntax. I have taken a capital. So this is should be S and that should be also R. Okay. Otherwise it will not work. So a process SR. Then once again begin. Then process is okay. Then begin. Then what I will write. Then the simple thing. Then you have to just write that the variable, like let us say s and it is r. So this thing what will happen, the only thing you would write, so 0 0, then 0 1, 1 0 1 1. So for each case what will be the output, that you have to just write. Okay, so can you tell me that if it is 0 0, then what will be the output? So
Memory, sir.
let us say if let us say s equals to 0. Okay, there is no and reset is there, and reset is equal to 1. Okay, so that means reset I have used. Then you tell me that what will be the case then, because if then structure I am using. Okay, so then what will be q? So reset means 0 and qn will be just opposite, right? Okay, then else if then what I will write here, let me take in the red color. So 0 1 I have taken, 0 0 I have not written intentionally. Okay, and 0 1 I have written, then 1 0. So let us say like this. Reset is 0. Okay, so then what I will write? Then what I will write?
So it was one and two.
And there is a one syntax. I think there will be one syntax error because I forgot to write this. Okay. Okay, and what is Qn? Okay, this is now perfect.
So shouldn't it be in double quotes because single quote Xilinx doesn't take it.
No, you see else if, okay, just a second, let me just check, okay, what I have written. I have taken a bracket, okay, and then this, and then end, and bracket close, and then this. I think this will work, okay, no problem.
So
No, so it takes
double
double
quotes,
quotes only.
double quotes of a vector, isn't it?
Don't, this is for the vector, this is not required here.
So because I tried that even in the case statement also you told us to write single quote when while initializing,
Hmm.
but it didn't work out. It was showing error. So when I did it with double quotes, it worked.
I don't know, it should not be the case because I think it should work. I don't know, I have to check, okay, because I think it will work because it is nothing but because I am not assigning any value, I am just giving the value. So I think so it will work. Let me check, okay? Or you can also check. You can just say, you can tell me that
So
whether
I've
it,
checked that reason I'm telling. Sir. I have the code with me. Like I did for decode as a 7 segment display which you gave us. So in
no,
that I was following the single quotation, but it didn't work out.
But
you can try
suppose
for this. I think here I have taken a single standard logic, so there should not be any problem.
Okay, so I'll try that.
Yeah, because it is single bit, so definitely a double code is not required. Okay, you can check, okay, and you can please tell me. I think this will work.
Okay, sir.
And okay, then else if and then else. Okay, so 0, 1, 1, 0 it is over, and then 1, 1. So 1, 1 is basically invalid. So s equal to 1, r is equal to 1, bracket close, then q is equal to invalid. So dash, only dash sign, let us say, and qn is also invalid. I think you know this thing because if it is set and reset, if both are high together, it is actually race around condition. So there is nothing at the output. And then finally, though I have started with if, else if, okay, and then what I have to do, I have to end the if, okay, and end process and end behavioral. Okay, let me check. Let me just check again what I have written. Okay. So first, what I did, okay, definitely yes and this is correct. Standard logic, standard logic. Okay, and this one, how to define? You know that if there is output as well as from the same variable there is input. So in out standard logic and standard logic. Okay, and SR. And then when you have in out signal, basically you have to just define the architecture. So what I did, architecture data flow SR is, and then begin Q equal to R nor Qn, and Qn equal to S nor Qn in data flow. Okay, that is fine. The architecture behavioral of begin, then process, then begin. Okay, and this one, let me see, if is 0 0 I have not considered because that is not the case. 0 1 here, then 1 0, okay, and then 1 1, that is invalid, and then nd process. Okay, so I think this code should work. Okay, there is, I think, no mistake is there. LCPLS I have
Else is
used.
not required. Else is required, right?
LCP is required. Otherwise, how you can see? I am using if else structure. I am not using case structure. If you
No,
use
I'm
this
talking about else, sir, not else if else because else
EL,
if else.
I think this is correct. ELSIF.
No, sir. After that, we write the else if none of the cases available. That else statement is also required, right?
No, I that is actually don't I don't use it. It is not also required sometimes. You
Okay.
see, it is not that mandatory. In that case, to avoid the glitch phenomenon, I am using it. Okay, so
Okay.
but it is not required here. You simply just give 0 1 and 1 0 and 1 1. If you just cover it, because already you have declared 1 1 means invalid, so I don't think there will be a problem. Okay, but if you have, I mean, if you want that, you can definitely use, but what condition you will give? Already you have defined undefined here, so I think it is not necessary.
Okay, sir.
Why, you know, what you said actually correct, because there is also a condition may arrive that you can assign something. But what I will assign, I have already declared here for 1 1 case it is undefined, undefined. So, and what is the more defined case, 0 1 and 1 0 I have already given. So I think it is not required now. Hmm. I think this will work. Okay, you can check. And if it is not
Yes.
working, then you can also add some. But I don't think it is required. You can check for this code. I think it will work. Okay, so this is the what is the learning point? Okay, so that is important. First learning point is this, the in-out signal. Okay, and second thing is the two architecture. So architecture 1 and architecture 2. This is architecture 1 and this is architecture 2 to define this in-out and as well as to do the program. Okay, am I clear? So now I think I think you should do maybe you can write for D latch. Can you do it? D latch is easy because D is equal to Q, so I think it is you can do it. What I will do, maybe uh, I have already written the difficult part, so everything you can do. I think. Let us write flip flop. Okay, directly now. D flip flop. Let us just say. Okay, so here there is no in out everything. You can directly write for the D flip flop, maybe JK flip flop. Everything you can write. Okay, so let us just start. Okay, already I have solved the difficult part, so there is no need. So next is I would like to discuss about this that is called, it is not latch. Now I'll for flip flop. Flip flop. Oh, maybe I can start first with the JK flip flop and then I will write for the D flip flop. D flip flop is most easy, so let us start for the JK flip flop. So for the JK flip flop, okay. So can you tell me that what instruction I should use or how I will go? Okay, anyone? Anything? How I would start?
So it's same as SR flip flop only, but instead of when all the inputs are high, there is no race round condition. Rather, it toggles the input.
Yeah, perfectly okay. Uh, okay, so let us just start from the D flip flop, which is quite easy. Okay, then I will move to JK flip flop. Okay, because JK there is a JQN bar, JQN bar, and K into QN, KR into QN. So that is the problematic situation. So first, let me do it for D. D is quite easier or simplest. So let me do it. Then I will just I will just do that. Okay. The main difference is, you know, that for the here there is one clock signal is present. Okay, so that is one variable I have to take, which is clock. You also can take one clear signal if you want. So clear is also there. You can also. So let us say flip flop. You both have clock signal. You both have this clock signal definitely, and this is, let's say, clear signal. Okay, and other part will be as it is. So basically there are two input extra, which is clear and which is clock. Okay, and how do I incorporate in the code? Let me just do it first. Just I'm taking the space, some space. Just a second. Yeah, so library part once again I'm not writing, you can write. So I will directly write from the entity part. So entity of what? D is. So D I'm writing is. So port. What are the ports? First is by default D is the port. Okay. Now D is what? Because I have taken a capital D, so I am taking a small d here. So input logic, and then what? Anyone? What I
So
have to say?
then Q
No, clock.
the clocks, I guess. flip-flop.
then clear. Okay, so clock is basically input, standard logic. Okay, clear is also a bit file, so this is also definitely input, standard logic.
So if we are taking clear, why don't we consider preset also?
It is preset in flip flop is not required, na?
Okay, so, oh, so but clear is a asynchronous input, right?
Clear is just always you remember clear can be synchronous, can be asynchronous. Let us say I have two flip flops, okay, and I have one common clock, okay.
Okay.
So let us say that you basically want to reset the entire thing. Do one thing, you use one clear for both these flip flop. Okay, it is
Okay.
possible. So I am using this structure. Definitely, you can use different individual clear to clear. I mean different flip flop. But I am using one synchronous one. That is also possible. Hmm.
Okay.
Acha, now this is D. Okay, clock I have taken. I have taken clear. I forgot to take Q. There is output. Okay. So in that D flip flop, Q is the output. So you tell me that if the Q is the output, can I write only Q equal to output, or what I have to write? So basic
Q is
knowledge
equal to output only.
Q
So we
equal to
have
only.
Q only as output, right?
That is what I am asking. So let us say I have a D flip flop. Internally, what is the structure for D flip flop?
So whatever input we get, the same output we get
Yeah,
after
that is
some delay.
what the signal. But is there any feedback present in that particular flip flop?
So feedback is not there, sir.
No,
Like we
sir.
have only a clock pulse, but no feedback.
Very good. But you see, it is perfectly fine. Okay. But always you remember, whenever this kind of situation arises, basically memory element is there, and let us say I do not have any kind of input given to the D flip flop. Definitely output will be what? Output will be 0. But it is not that. It will hold the previous value. Okay. So that is the thing that I want to mention. It is definitely you are correct. So Qn equal to Q. Okay, so let us say D. Okay. So there is only if your input is there, output will be there. If your input is not present, then output will be not present. But here there is a catch. Catch is that it will hold the previous value. Okay. So I accept that Qn. Okay, it is basically an output signal. You are right, but not fully. I have to take one extra variable which will define or which will store the previous one. Okay, so maybe I can write like in out signal, in out, and it is also standard logic. Very important sentence. Very important. This is very important line. Generally, people do mistakes here. So it is right. Q1 equal to output standard logic. If you take, then your program will be over. But unfortunately, the thing is that holding purpose it will not serve because you have taken only the output. So maybe one variable, extra variable is required, and that extra variable you would assign intelligently. Okay, that is input in output the standard logic. So see here, as such there is no relation between Q and Q. You have to establish that. Okay, so we will do it in the program itself. Okay, so just close the bracket and end it, and then what I will write here, that end basically end D. So the port definition basically I have completed. Now I will ready to write the program for architecture. So what I just informed you, I just told you that okay, if there is any kind of in out signal, you take two architecture. Okay, architecture one to define what is Q, architecture two to write the program. But in this particular D flip flop, what is that particular relationship? Nothing, because ultimately Q equal to D. Okay, so in the there is no indirect relationship. Sorry, not direct relationship. Okay, there is no direct relationship between this Q and Qn. Okay, however, there are indirect one, but whenever there is no direct relationship, you should not use two architecture. Okay, you can solve the same program within one architecture. Okay, you should not do it in different architecture. So I will do it only one. So architecture, architecture, what behavioral model, definitely behavioral of D is. So behavioral model I'm using and D is. Then I have to do what? I have to begin the program. And then process. Acha, what process I have to use here? Any idea? So clock. I'm using only clock. Begin. Okay, no, not. This is not the right thing to do because this is a instruction process clock. Okay, and then next what I have to do? Once again, I have to begin and if first of all basically I have to clear it. So if clear CLR I have taken equal to 1, okay, because it is 1 bit, so it is 1 it will take, and then directly you can assign Q. Okay, so Q will be C now intelligently. Okay, let me write the program. Okay, then I will discuss, otherwise my focus will be gone. So clear equal to 1, so I have taken Q. Let me write Q and Qn. Okay, so Q if it is output, so Q equal to 0. Okay, now next if is this, okay, just completed the structure, and then else if so the clock signal is there, so clock signal there is a rising, so let me take rising edge. So else if rising edge, there should be a trigger in that. So rising edge of what? Clock. Rising edge of what? Clock. And then I will directly assign equal to D. Okay, and so end if and end process and Qn intelligently I am now doing Qn equal to, let us say, not Q. You can do whatever, you can directly write Qn equal to Q to hold the previous state. I am just toggling the previous state. So maybe if you do not like it, if you want to hold the previous one, you can directly just write this, maybe Qn, you can directly write equal to Q. But for that there is no need to take this variable anymore. So just if you need a toggle, then you can take it. Okay, so Q equal to Q, and then finally end behavioral. In behavioral. Okay, just let me check the code, and then I will, let me, what I have written, let me check. I think the variable what I have taken, okay, in out is a variable. Okay, that is the permanent output that I have taken, and Qn is basically to show the that it is actually changing. That means I have taken it as okay, so this is a D flip flop, this is the input, and it is, let us say, Q, and let us say Qn. Okay, so this is definitely an input, and this is, there is a doubt, so to hold the previous one I need to take input output. Okay, good, and then that is should be equal to not of that. Okay, so what I have written, clear, and then LCP rising edge, Q definitely is equal to D, and then end if. Okay, so I think this is actually right. Okay, so let me discuss from where the architecture, yeah, architecture behavioral of D I have written, then process, you know this thing, I think it is no required to discuss. See here, I have only taken that process. Inside the process I have taken clock, I have not taken clear. Why? Anyone can say this? I have not taken clear as a process variable. Why?
So the clock, the program complete function depends on the clock. The
Yeah,
input needs to be
yes, true. So clock clear is only required to basically clear the whole output of the flip flops. Okay, but unlike that, the clock is necessary to control the output. So therefore, clock monitoring is really necessary continuously. Okay, and also clear the activation of the clear also depend upon the clock. Okay, if clock permits, then only you can go ahead. So definitely there is a need to process the clock only. Sometimes it is not that it is only the case. Sometimes we also need to do clear as a process variable, but not here, because I have only one objective. The objective one is very simple. The output should be controlled via the clock. So the process variable is clock. Now next is begin, and then you need to first check whether clear is 1, high is not. If clear is high, then definitely whatever the input may be, output should be 0. Okay, so that thing you have to just declare first. So this is the instruction I have written in this way. So if clear is equal to 1, then definitely you should go, output should be 0. Okay, and then if it is not, let us say clear is not equal to 1, then what? Then you have to check the clock. So either I have written rising edge, you can write a falling edge. Okay, so rising edge means when the clock is going from 0 to 1, that instant I am just instructing my flip-flop to change the current state. So else if rising edge clock, okay, and then whenever you can directly write that q equal to d. If d, let us say, is changing here and then d is changing particular for that moment. Okay, so what you have to do, you see here for that particular moment d is equal to 1. So what will be the output? Output will be 1. Definitely there will be some delay. Okay, some delay is there. Okay, that delay you can see in that VHDL simulation. If you do in Xilinx, you can find the delay. But the thing is quite simple. That if input is here, okay, let us say this is the input input variation, output will be simply like this. Okay, after some delay. So, and that happens for the only rising edge change. From 0 to 1, there is another change, there is one change. Okay, fortunately here I have changed the input. If you do not change any kind of input in this instruction or in this time interval, maybe it is constant, then there will be no changeover, so it will be remain as it is. Okay, so that I have written here, and then end if. Okay, so end if that semicolon I forgot. Okay, and end process, that also the semicolon I forgot. And lastly, whatever the q it may be, maybe 0 or 1, whatever the thing. Okay, that output, that is the qn. Okay, qn bar. So qn equal to, you can directly write qn bar. Okay, so q bar, sorry, q main equal to q bar. So q already I have taken an output, and then qn is final output. Okay, so that means you can track the qn, which is the final output. It is just opposite to the d. Okay, that means d is the input, and qn, if you take as an output what I have taken in this program, you can see. So you know, for d flip-flop, d qn equal to d, that is what you want. Okay, so but unfortunately for this program, what I have written, you are actually getting qn equal to d bar. Okay, right. So if you achieve it, so basically you can see whenever there is a 1, you can have 0, you will have 0, that will be just opposite thing. So in the program itself, in the outside world, you can directly write a NOT gate and you can just solve this issue. You can directly get it. Okay, or you can just write maybe you can directly assign that qn equal to q. Okay, not using that is you can directly write qn equal to q, so you can achieve it. Okay, there is absolutely no problem. But I just wrote it to show you the flexibility. If you want a toggling also, that also you can do. Okay, if you want a output which should not directly track the input as d flip-flop does, you can also just violate that, and you can do also the toggling of, or basically not operation of the d. That is also possible. Okay, otherwise you can go ahead with the q equal to q1 equal to q. Okay, and q is actually, what is that, what is the final conclusion? Q, you can say there is a indirect output. Okay, it is not a direct output, indirect output. Okay, and that output you are taking to access the final output. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
So so this thing you can write, or you can also write not. Okay, that is up to you and what you choose. Okay, so that is about D flip-flop. So I think you understand. So what modification I need to do for, if I have to write for JK flip-flop?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So one question, sir. Previously, where you have declared Q and Qn, you said it is optional to write the Qn part, like where Qn is greater than equal to not Q. So since that part is
Hmm.
optional, so instead of having
Hmm.
Q
Hmm.
as in out, we can have it Q as outright.
Hmm.
Yes,
Huh,
I'm
but in
saying,
that case, what will happen? What will happen? That is the problem. Okay, I already told you. You let's just explain it. Okay, you can directly write here in place of input. You can directly write q equal to output and write the program. Okay, that will solve. Okay, that is not an error code. That ultimately will define whatever the input. But the thing is that, okay, let us say I have a D flip flop. Just imagine a situation. I have a D flip flop, and suddenly, okay, that that let us say input you have given and output definitely it will change. So it is 0, output 0 is 1, though it is 1. Okay. So now what happens? So let us say that you remove the input. Okay. Then the case is that and your supply voltage is there because you see your chip is activated. Basically, the Xilinx board is activated by 5-volt supply plus 5-volt supply. Okay. So microcontroller or whatever thing you can you can think that if there is a power supply required plus 5-volt is there. You tell me that whenever you remove the input in this particular condition, the output will be previously it was high. Now what will be the output in that case? You have removed the input. There is no input present. Okay,
so it
or
will
even clock. Let us say you remove the clock also as well. It is also case that you remove the clock. Okay, then you tell me what will be the output.
be low, sir. Like if we're
Okay.
removing the
Yeah. So
input basically.
as per what you have written the program, as per if you write here only out standard logic, so output will be definitely 0 because already you have removed the input. Okay. Because but the thing is that we do not want. Okay. We want that it should stay in the previous output or previous input, whatever previous condition. It will remain in that condition. Okay. Unless you give clock or unless you I mean until you give the another input or another clock to the particular system. Okay. Or you can reset the thing. You understand?
Okay, sir. Got.
So that is why this thing is required. Otherwise, if you say that, sir, I want to write only using out standard variable, is the code is wrong? No, the wrong code is not wrong. It will definitely work. Okay, and it will give you the exact output. But the thing is that when I will use the same chip in different time, it will not work. Maybe in the beginning it will not work. After some time it will work. Okay, because it will not able to hold the previous one. Okay, so a resume operation you cannot achieve by this. Okay, you can just start from the beginning. So that's why I just intentionally use this in out and do this thing. Okay. Otherwise, I already told you that if you try to write out, definitely because it is a D flip flop, only you have to assign. So that part you can do. Okay. Okay. So let us start. Maybe JK flip flop for the time being. Maybe it is difficult to you. Maybe you can try for the T flip flop. T. What will be the writing style for the T flip flop? What I
So
have to.
Same
T
code will
and
be
D
little
flip flop
bit
are
not
almost the same, sir.
Hmm.
Like
not sir. It will be
according
not
to
output.
the truth table, like
You see, for Qn plus 1 equal to T XOR of Qn. Okay, entirely different. Who said that they are same? They are not same. Okay, so T Qn bar plus Qn T. That is the output for next instant for this kind of T flip flop. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
so how do I write? So you try, okay? So I will not. You have to think, okay? Because you see, as far as writing the code, it is just a similar process you have to follow. But thing is that now here I have T or gate. I mean, basically XOR gate is present, and here Q is also a variable, and this Q T is input definitely, but Qn is also output. Okay, so this is the previous output. Let me write. This is the previous output, and this is the current output. Okay, so how do you tackle this situation? So where to start actually? So whenever you have this kind of situation arises, where to start? You have to, if you want to use in out, that's okay, absolutely you can use in out signal. But definitely if you want to use the in out signal and let us say you just entered a queue, then you need to assign first the value. Okay, let me just help you to write, because it is maybe you cannot do it. Maybe just I have to just write the entity part. Okay, what I try to mean, you need to understand entity T is, okay, then port T, that definitely it is input, so input standard logic. And then that clear, okay, clock, that is also input standard logic. And then clear, it is also input standard logic. And what about this Q? It is interesting now. Okay, see, Qn is the output you can rely on. Okay, the similar way of what I did. So Q equal to output, and output also you need to specify for this case. Okay, just a second. So Q equal to output standard logic. You have to assign something, because you do not know, because our current output and previous output, they are mixed. Okay, so you have to initialize the value, initial value. Okay, like your differential equation, you need to initialize. Similarly here also you have to initialize. So in out, that is the standard logic. So I am using the same format what I did earlier, but now it is not exactly similar, because I need to assign, otherwise it will not work. Okay, it is not dependent upon third party variable. So Q is not dependent on the D or something, it depends upon the previous input as well, output as well. Okay, so let us just assign this. If you consider that previous output to be high, okay, that's definitely it has to be 0. Okay, always you remember this style of writing, then end bracket. Okay, that will solve the entire scenario. So end T, you understand? So this is the difference what the for the previous one. Previous is Q equal to D, so whatever you assign, that directly will go to affect the output. But here Qn plus 1 equal to T is, then T is the input, that is perfectly fine. But what about Qn? How do you assign it? So initially, before you start the program, you need to initialize the value, or you need to provide the value to the program that where it should start. Okay, so definitely output it will take 1, and as you know that Qn equal to just not of not get, basically not, or you can write Q is Qn bar. Okay, so that if you just output equal to 1, that means definitely your that intermediate variable will be 0. Okay, you can take vice versa also, means you can also take 0 here, you can take 1 also, that is possible. But let us take from this instant, and rest of the program I think you can do. This is the only tricky part. Okay, so that is the extra modification needed in this case. Other thing you can do. Is it possible or not? I think you can do it. Let us just see whether you can do it or not. Next class I will check. Am I clear? You understand?
Yes, sir.
So you try T flip flop. Tomorrow on the next class I will discuss. Tomorrow also there is class. Yeah, tomorrow I will discuss. Okay, maybe JK flip flop and this T flip flop, whether you are able to do it or not, I will discuss. And then register. Okay, by using this flip flop, how to write for the program for register, that also will do. And you remember this register is used for the memory element. Okay, so what memory element, RAM and ROM you will be using in the future, or maybe in the chip, that definitely we can prepare, or we can design using VHDL. Okay, that is the another important aspect here. Okay, so any question you want to ask? I'm stopping the recording here.